Hi everybody, welcome back to Rusty Gears Season 4 Episode 15 with me Sid, and we're starting today off with a little bit of cooking. Cooking with Sid. I'm actually using the new kitchen, which is cool because I don't think I've used the new kitchen before. Where's that salt? I need a cooking implements thing. There we go. That'll do the cooking implements thing. So I've got 32 sunflower dough. I've got my mixing bowl, so I need to just go and grab my fruit from in here, which should be, if I take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 32 of those. 43, 10. That'll take you to 38. Less 32 of those. We can combine those. That's not going to have a full 32, so I'm going to need, I'll stick a couple of extras those in for that, and I think I should take 8 of those off, and we should have 32 of those. Lovely. So if you've not seen making bread before, it basically goes, and you can mix as many fruits or all of the same fruit. It doesn't actually matter. If I wanted to, I could fill every slot with fruit, and that would make them all the same. I'm actually contemplating that now. Let me just go and see if I've got another 32 of something else, just because. Yeah, there you go. I might as well give these the maximum impact that they can have, and then stir slowly. Well, that makes your fruit dough. It's not the fastest thing in the world, but cooking in Vintage Stories now, it is the fastest thing in the world. Now there is an automatic mixer. We've had mixed results, if you'll pardon the pun, with it in the past. So yeah, that's the things. Now if you want them to stack, you do need to remember the order in which you place the items, because it changes the ID, hence why 2 of these will not stack. But that's all fine, we'll eat them, and then we'll mix again. I'm going to mix up all 32 and I'll be back in a second. Alright, once you have made all your things, you're going to need to oven them. Obviously I'm using my decorative oven. I've not used these before. So let's see how they look. They actually look great. Look at that. That is... It's a shame I can't get another layer on the next shelf up, but you know, we'll live. We'll live with that. So these are going to cook. I'm going to cook them to baked. I'm not going to cook them to charred. If we just have a quick peek at, let's have a look at that. Bakes in an oven to part baked. So fruit dough, blah blah blah, bakes to part baked. That bakes to baked. So obviously part baked has 145 saturation, baked is 160 saturation. If you go to charred, it drops down to 130, but it lasts for longer. So it's a kind of a trade-off. If you char it, you'll get a longer lasting... Oops, hang on, let me have that quickly. And get those out before they go. You'll have a longer lasting product, but it will you sacrifice probably a small percentage, maybe 5% or 5 or 10% of the saturation. So swings and roundabouts really. Anyway, I've got a little bit of cooking to do, but these are currently let me have a look. That has got 570 fruit and 140 grain plus 160, so 570, 670, 710, 810, 880 I think that is for that. And we've still got to add the syrup, and I'm going to have a little experiment because I've just wondered whether you can do something similar in whether we did with the fruit using the syrups, but we'll find out. I'll be back in a second. Alright, so I have got my baked goods. Now the question I have is this: can I add more? I think the answer is no, I can't. Yeah, okay, that's fine. That's fine. I would have been very surprised if I could, but you know, I'll give it a try. Obviously, you get more fruits, and that I suppose makes sense. You can keep on adding different fruits into the bread, but you know, and that gives it 690 plus 140, so 790, 830, 930. Just shy of 1,000 saturation from a bread, which is bloody good. So yeah, we'll mix that in, and that will be, probably stick those in the, we'll stick some of them in the thing. I'll take the ones that are in the kitchen out. I actually have got 17 about my personage, so I may even just keep these for later. But yeah, that is that sunflower bread with all the trimmings, and I mean all the trimmings. Hang on, that's not what I wanted to do. So, back in a bit. Oh, there we go. Some really good fruit bread. Yeah, we'll take those. We'll keep those. Wherever they are. Where are they? Oh, I see, yeah. He's going just putting it back on. Because we not got, well, I have a bad habit of carrying way more food than I need. And this is something that I do need to address at some point in the not too distant future. Not today. I put another little display up on this side, and I made a decorative display case and put some butterflies in it, because that's not cruel at all, is it? I do also need to actually take this lot back, and I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to do that. I'm going to leave the chest up here because decorative chest is useful up here, and we'll take the coal chunk down back with us. And I was thinking about doing some work on the forge today. May come back to that, we'll see how we feel. But there's some material work I need to do first, so let's walk back, because I told you I'd done the road, and I don't think I've actually shown you me using the road. I do use it periodically, because these transport runes are, well, they're not infinite, you know what I mean? They wear out. And whilst my new raid farm is not raid, storm farm is working pretty good. It's still, you know, I have to be online when the storms happen, so I've been quite fortunate in that respect. I caught the last couple, they were both heavy, so I got a couple of double headers, came out of that with quite a few. So yeah, I mean, it's not a bad trip now this is in. You can still end up getting ambushed by growly things. I have on a couple of occasions. There's a cat at my door, I can hear it making noises, but that's fine, I'll let it in once we get home. And let's just go this way until we get to, I think this bit. There was a bit that was already in, and I'm trying to remember which bit it was now, but anyway, it doesn't really matter, it blends, and I've done my usual trick of digging it in. I can't stand roads that are just blocked on the top. You know, there's standards, good grief man, standards. So yeah, we can make it back. There's the town hall coming into view. That's Per's project, although she's been a little poorly over Christmas and not been on, I think, because her voice has not been really up to streaming, and I know she has a lot. She has a lot of church duties around the Christmas period as well. So busy and poorly mixing. So yeah, that's the thing. But coming past the lab where all of the alchemy and stuff goes on, there's a Solstin's Christmas present. I did him a little tux kitty. Really cute. And then straight down the high street and into, in fact, you'll carry on down here past Kendy's. That is Perks, Azungu's, Cricken, QP's, Andy's, and behind that Grannon thing. So yeah, quick, very quick, lightning whirlwind tour of the facilities. Let me eat that last bit of pie. It's good pie, certainly filling. But you've got a larder full of food. I still go down there and eat. I don't just prepare all my own. I'll never match Candy for her knowledge of this mod, the expanded foods mod. Stuff she can do in the kitchen is incredible. But we are back at our good old starter hovel, the old ruin that we inhabited. And I did find a ruin out the other day, and I collected a whole load of this stuff. I'm going to need more. I actually need some more peritite cobble, but this is fine. And where I've been working is over here, and I'm going to continue on this today. So I do need to make sure I'm armed. This is not a safe environment, but this medium activity, yep. So we are going to get activity from our neighbours. And if you wonder, by the way, why my looting is fast, it's because I have the quick loot. I have the auto loot mod on, which is a client side thing. You still have to cut them up. You still, you're not getting. I heard another one. Where? There. Thought I heard one. You're not getting things for free here. This is, you still have to do that. All it does is it just dumps whatever's in. If they've got anything, it dumps it in your inventory when you root them. So this is as far as I've got with the tunnel. And I'm going to break out here, and I'm going to make this into a big natural cave, and I'm going to take the water and I'm going to flood it over the edge so it's dry from here on in. This will carry on down, and then we'll meet up with the tunnel that Punk's started. Now Punk went into a full block and I was doing half block, but that's fine. I'm sure I can come up with a reasonable explanation for that. But we need to expand this out, make it the full width, and bring this all the way down to here, which is as far as Punk has gone. And I was going to say, yeah, he's not doing anything fancy with the ceiling, it's just that. I also need to do some mining to get myself some chalk, because I need a lot more chalk. And I need some iron. I need to make myself some iron. I don't mind taking the odd ingot from the community thing, because I keep adding back in, plenty of for example, meteoric iron. So there's quite a bit of stuff I add into the pot. But there comes a point where you have to contribute back in. So I have got iron. I found iron out in one of my explorations. I just need to turn it into some blooms and make some. But I need to make myself an iron anvil for my forge. At least probably need to make 2 iron anvils if I'm very truthful. But right now, just the one will do. And yeah, and that is That is a thing. Now I am going to put you into here with all of my chiseled objects. You can go in nowhere better to really put them than here. Got some common quirky tavern vibe going on there. And I think I need somewhere to put this fuel, don't I? I'll have to go up there for now. Oh, and the tiny little bit of that. So, what to tackle first? Probably we need to do some of this medium. Let me take you. Let me take you. Let me do you. Go bang. 320. I should do. Probably need to do another one, I think, because I'm going to do a few. Let me grab several of these. It's not like I can't make myself another hammer, is it? So if I make myself 2, 3, 4, 120 in that one, 120 in that one. It doesn't really matter. There's enough to make 5 to fill 5 bloomeries there. That's all that matters, isn't it? Bloomeries. Let me get some bricks. Let me do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then we'll plonk these down as you do on a wooden floor, because everybody knows wood's not flammable. And we'll put those in there, and then we'll take you, and we shall go. No, we're doing shift to do 120 in each. That'll be 6 ingots in each. Now I actually need 9 to make an anvil, so this is more than enough to make all of my stuff. And I've got loads left, and plus I know where it is still, because until we prove the world, this iron is from out of bounds. It's naughty iron, but that's fine. I know where. I will probably go back there because there's a super rich. This was actually medium. There is actually a rich vein of it. Now, you won't work with brown coal, as I recall. Will you? I honestly can't remember. Let me just. No, it won't. It has to be charcoal, but that's fine. I have got a good stash of charcoal currently. Charcoal. Coal. Get these lit, and then at least they're going to be working while I am busy doing other things. Everything in Vintage Story is about maximising your time. So, you know, don't be waiting around for gardens to grow. Be doing something while your garden's growing. Don't be waiting around for bloomeries to do. Be doing something while your bloomery does. In fact, I am very tempted to go up and possibly throw in some seeds. I'm just not sure what to grow. Let me get these peanuts going, and we'll get these cassavas going, because we can get some more seeds of those, and we'll also take some nips and some spelt, because I haven't got much of that. Or should I? Actually, no, we'll do amaranth. Yeah. Again, maximise your return on investment. Now I could harvest all of that lot. There's probably not a great deal of point. This is all regenerated in its soil contents. No, it's not actually. It's low on nitrogen, which is NPKP. Okay, let's do 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 of them. And then these are P, so it was still okay. And then these are N. These are going to suffer for a slightly lower nutrient level, but I don't really mind this. It's only April, so they've got plenty of time to grow. And there's 3 spaces free, which I'll live. Right. So that's doing that, that's doing that. We need to go, and I need to get myself some more peridotite cobble, and I need to put those away. I should have, maybe not. So I need, come on, let me in. I need you. And I've got me hammer in my thing. These have still got a little while before they become vinegar. Oh, I did pickle some carrots. Okay, well, we'll get those over and we'll pickle something else at some point. I want to take the vinegar over to the new build and do all of my work with vinegar there, but I might drop off a barrel or 2 for candy as well, just so you know, doing a bit. Right. Let us come over to here and we'll hammer that one away, I suppose. I need me hammer. Hammer in the offhand, because I need to get myself some cobble first. So I'll make myself some cobble, I'll sort out my building materials, and I shall be back with you in a second. Of course, the other thing to keep stocked is your sluice, because that is another thing which is just going to sit there and continue working in the background, doing its thing, making your resources. You know, we're not going to want for copper for a while, we're not going to want for gears, we're not going to want for gold. You've got sphalerite there. I do need to make some brass at some point, so that's a bonus. We do need to do the cobble. I'll make a couple and a bit stacks, and then that should keep us ticking. And we can just drop that in there. Right. Oh, once my arrows 34. Yeah, I should be alright with 34. I'm not going adventuring at the moment. Speaking of adventuring, I am putting a pitch to my fellow gears at the moment. So it's a bit of a kind of, well, it's not even kind of, it is. Yeah. Let me try this again. The concept is very simple. Wow, that went down really well. We all know about Q&As, which is, you know, a fairly common YouTube format where a content creator will put up questions and answers, and he will take the questions and answers from his viewership, and you know, everybody is happy, right? Yada yada. So in fact, the last episode I think was myself and 6 of the Rusty Gears going off and adventuring, and that is immense fun. It's a great thing, and you can just set the thing recording and then come back and edit the 2 or 3 hours worth of content later, and it can be a little bit chaotic. I haven't got my knives on my hotbar now, have I? If I do, this is going to be annoying. Yeah, this is, you know, it's a format, it works, and it is what it is. I'll put that up there, that way. Oh wow. Okay, didn't see that. So my concept here is that we do ruins or caving or whatever. You know, we find ourselves an area, we go, and I've already been out and found a couple of decent sized ruins that I can do this with. And then I go out with one member of the Rusty Gears community, and we do the ruin, we do the caving, whatever it may be, and during that thing we kind of also do it as a Q&A session. So we take the opportunity to now my thoughts are that we both have a set of questions which are pre-shared. I think Q&As should be something which you can share or not, you know, but there's nothing clever about coming up with questions which makes people have to pause and go, well, I don't know, what's the answer to that question? You know, anybody can throw a question out and it's, you know, it's unexpected. So if you pre-share the questions, so if I said I had 10 questions and I pre-shared them with, well, say Azungu, who's subject to availability, has already said he'd be interested, then Azungu can also come back to me with his set of questions, and we share both sets of questions out. We both have a chance to jot down. We don't necessarily have to write down, but you know, jot down our answers beforehand, or notes about the questions or things we might want to say, and then we go out and we tennis volley the questions at each other over the space of half an hour, 45 minutes. Rude. I was busy. And I think it could be an interesting format. So that is something I'm looking to do. You know, we've got, I mean, we're only in, well, we're not even in January at the time of recording. At the time that you're watching this, we're in January, but, you know, we have got a good few months and a good few episodes of content to throw in between now and the end of season 4. I mean, it's not even remotely. Damn you! I'm gonna have to walk further for that now. Oh, and there's 2 of you. Okay. Three of you. This is the only problem with working underground. The natives, they're revolting. Right. Still got 34. I'm still good. So plenty. Oh, well, profitable building underground. I'll say that much. Yeah, that's the thought, really. You know, we have got plenty of time between us getting to that point of things. So let me know what you think. Now, one thought I had, which I think is going to be difficult for me to accomplish just because of the way I record so far ahead of myself. And it's only just it's a logistical problem for myself because I'm normally recording ahead of myself, and I'm also going to have to be coordinating time zones. You know, to get things. I mean, oh, hello. You know, to get 7 of us together was, well, actually, that wasn't difficult. That happened. That was certainly not by design. That was suddenly people are like, oh, I'm coming. Oh, yeah, I can come along. And yeah, then like Cricket was like, I can get home from work for that. So yeah, that kind of happened rather than was a difficult time zone coordination. It was a little bit awkward to get the initial time set up, but once that happened, the rest of it kind of fell in. But yeah, yeah, you can imagine I'm dealing with. Obviously I'm in the UK, and we've got quite a lot of people in the US and Canada. We've got Australia, South. Well, I'm trying to think. Oh God. I think we've even got some in the South. I'm not sure whether it's South Africa. It might be wrong. It could be Italy. I know this. Obviously, the similarities are huge, but I'm trying to remember where some of our more distantly orientated people are from. But sworn I saw somebody wandering around up here. Oh well. So I need to do this. And then I need to do the walls, and then I need to do the ceiling, and then I need to bring this into here, and then I need to rinse and repeat all the way down to there. But this is going to take a while, and I'm going to need to go back and grab more of my cobble, I think. But let's just hammer these out first. It's all chalk, it's all good stuff. I can use this for other things. So, be back in a bit. Alright, well that is the main broad brushwork done. We have got a fair bit of work to go that way, so I do need to go and get some more materials, but I also need to brush and decorate this up a little bit. I mean, I need some rubble. We need all sorts of good stuff. So first things first, I think what we're going to do is we are going to head over to the Manor Ruin, which is close to spawn, and just see what we can find in the way of, I would say window dressing, but let's say sewer dressing, shall we? Because that's what we're talking about. We are not talking about doing nice things, we're talking about doing unpleasant things. So, not a bad haul though. I mean, we've got a whole load of chalk, which is going to be handy. We got flags, we got a gear, and we got stuff. So, all nice really. And some chalk rock. That chalk rock's going to come in later. So, we are going to head from here, we're going to head straight over to the remains of this. Now, this has been picked over multiple times by multiple gears, so there's not going to be a huge amount there, but I don't really need a huge amount. I just need a few some things. Let me just throw all of that in there. Let me put that in there. Let me go and add you to there, because how are you doing? You're still going. These are cold, so we can actually do something with these later. And let me just jump in here and throw that in and grab that. And then I shall eat another one of those. That frees up an inventory slot, which is always handy. They are filling. They are good bread rolls. Yeah, I'll see you over there. Alright, so just for those, I don't know whether you remember how well you remember the manor that we found a couple of episodes ago. This is what a manor that's close to spawn looks like after a significant amount of gear activity. It is utterly pillaged. There is virtually nothing left. Now, what I was actually hoping for, realistically, was cobwebs. I think I have a few. I don't have many. I could do with a few more, but I'm going to guess that many of those cobwebs have actually gone. There doesn't look to be much of anything here. I mean, I can pick up some of this. I think you just break in. Yeah, unfortunately, you just break into stuff. I love the rot because compost is always valuable. I'm going to grab a few bits of rubble. I don't want a lot. You know, there are limits to how much of this you can put down. I can get a few that are identical, then that's even better. Yeah. I mean, yeah, not a massive amount. Let's just have a little look around. So I think we can safely say that cobwebs are probably not on the menu. I think they have been thoroughly looted, and I mean, I'm surprised these beams are still here, to be honest. Seems to be one of the things that people tend to go for. But the other thing which is surprising is it has been activated. Interesting. Shall we dance? Da 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 da. I mean, it would be wrong not to see where this goes, wouldn't it? Obviously, it's already been well and truly looted from the other side, and I'm almost certain that anything in the immediate vicinity would have been quickly taken over, but be wrong not to, wouldn't it? We seem to be east of spawn here, so we may not have come out. We're slightly outside of bounds, so yeah, that's... Whoa, hang on a second. Right, let's have a look at the map. Where are we? Well, if I wanted to explore further east of spawn, there are worse places to go, and there's a few ruins I've actually visited out this way. Let's see, we've been over... Yeah, probably not. Yeah, let's not get sidetracked. Let's go back. I'll have to do without cobwebs basically until I find some. I could go. I mean, there's a couple of there are several ruin options. We'll grab whatever this is just because. Oh, we can take. That's a different bit of rubble. So we can take this kind of broken-y bits and pieces of trash. That would work, I suppose. Nobody wanted Peaceful Village, the heathens. Oh well, let's go back. Not as useful. Wow, that... I did not know you could make that jump. I was sus about whether that jump was possible at all, but there you go. Yeah, I'll take a little bit of rubbish there. But genuinely, this has been pretty much picked clean as best as I can tell of virtually anything useful. I mean, the bookshelves are, the scroll racks are gone, the bookshelves are gone. There's a few books left, but again, you know, I'm not here for books, I'm here for cobwebs of all things. And they are not. Wow. Grief. Locusts. I bet there's not even anything worthwhile going and looting over there, is there? Let's have a little peek. It's, you know, it's not like it's things. I don't think there's anything else really. That's sus. I don't know what it is, but it's sus. I doubt there's anything here worthy of going into my sewer. I mean, these are obviously just chiselled. Which is nothing wrong with just chiselled. I mean, a lot of the stuff we're doing is just chiselled. But, yeah, alright. Well, not a lot here. We're going to teleport home. And what we shall do is we'll go and have a quick peek in the warehouse. Do love QP stuff is just awesome. Except for the toilets. Yeah, the toilets are cursed. And the face on the hillside. They're cursed as well. And a lot of the Deej stuff is cursed as well. Okay. Right, let's have a quick peek in here. We'll also, while we're here, we'll divest ourselves of a few bits that I don't want. And then let's have a what I'd like. A couple of those. That'll work. Anything else of any value whatsoever? Not really. Has to be peanut skins. You can use them as fertilizer, can't you? Yeah. Alright, well, that was well, not helpful. Doesn't matter. We can carry on. So I'm going to carry on in the sewer. I'm going to grab myself a few other blocks and we'll and I'll try and get this length down here done as well. That's going to be my next mission. So I will see you in a bit. Alright, we've got a heavy temporal storm incoming. I'm not sure whether I showed this on camera or not, but this is the new storm shelter. And it does work pretty well. So, you know, in the event of a storm, enter the storm shelter. There's a separate glass ceiling here, and the mobs will come down. They take damage on the spiky beds there when they jump on them, so it saves me a little bit of durability on my weapon and harvest, and everything's good. So, speaking of which, we have a storm coming in 3 minutes and 7, so or 3 hours and 7 in game. So yeah, I'm going to get that dealt with. We'll go back to the sewer and then we're going to deal with the iron, and that's probably, we'll get the iron anvil made, and that's probably will be it for this episode. Got quite a bit done on the sewer though, so we'll show you that. I still need to do the leg from the T-junction to the town, and that's going to take a little bit of just grinding on my part really, and once we've done that I can work on the actual cavern bit that breaks into the sewer line, because that's kind of a story behind it. Let's just say that for now. I'll see you in a bit. And just like that, another temporal storm is over. A reasonably profitable temporal storm. Just to do the check. And this is going to trigger me. I am going to have to fix that. That needs to go back, or that needs to go forward, one or the other. But apart from that, we end up with 110 gears and some flax. So, you know, not an unprofitable storm. Let us go and get some blooms. There's always a chance. I'm always a little bit cautious coming in here after a temporal storm, because I have had a drifter bee down here. So one had managed to either get in here or spawn in here or some kind of in here. You know, they've done something to things. So yeah, I mean, we are doing okay for gears. We're almost at 5 stacks. 5 stacks of 8 obviously, but I'm just going to dump those in there for now. That lot can go in there. I do need to eat, so we'll have a munch on a bit of that smoked meat. I do need to come up with a location for some smokers in my modern build. I think I might actually put them out on the deck like some kind of pizza oven. If I can somehow hide them in a pizza oven, so much the better. But there isn't a decorative smoker because obviously it's not a thing. Right, let me go down here and let me show you what we've done so far and discuss what we're going to do next. Oh, hello. Waste not, want not. Want not, waste not. Yeah, so we got little bits of outcrops, broken bits of thing barricades, as if some survivors perhaps, or somebody down here has tried to secure the area. Now over here we've done a little bit of a thing. I'm going to do a little bit more on this side, as if there's still, I might even do a tiny bit of the roof over this. And then more barricades, carries on down. We've got a little bit of, we've got all three of the cobwebs that I owned. And then we're into the bit that I need to dig out. So I have done, let's just go and have a look at the map. I have done from here to here. I think I need to do, well, I need to do from here to, yeah, here. So probably a little bit over the same again, and then there's also some more ceiling here to do as well. And I'm sure Punk will be on doing bits and pieces. I do like his little nooks and the likes. I might have to integrate a few of those. I think he may have also put some water above, so I'm going to have to do something like that as well. Punk's idea here is that the water source fails here and it dries up. I'm going to have my water at the other end, but it dries up for an entirely different reason. So from here, I think we need to get over to the things, the mysterious egg. I have some plans for some pranks on that. This will to bring us down here. I could go in at the thing. I've got to remember where the exits are. This is the great knowledge that I don't have. Punk knows his way around down here. Wood storage. This looks like Punk storage room 1 and 2. Punk storage room. They're not. I think. Trying to see where we are. This is. I think this is 8 digits. Yeah, this is 8 digits. I'm surprised that there isn't an entrance in or around the forge. But it doesn't matter because we're at the forge now. Now, did I probably should have brought some coal. Oh, damn it. I am going to go back, grab some coal. I'll be back in a moment. Alright, first things first, let's process the blooms. And to do that, we've got this ludicrous beastie of a machine. Fortunately, it's only a light breeze, so... Oh, there we go, a little bit speed up there, okay, and in we go. Now, what I would like to do is make one of these into a plate before we even go any further. So, oops, no, not what I wanted. And then we'll continue processing blooms. Real chore with this, you know, as you can tell. In fact, the longest thing is waiting for the stuff to heat up. Especially when you get this rubbishy light breeze rather than, you know, a storm. But there you go. Can't have it always, can you? Apparently. Right, I've got that plus another 22 blooms to process. Be back in a minute. Alright, we are going to start making an iron anvil, make 2 iron anvils actually, and the recommendation for the base is that start with a plate, because you can only go so high. First things first, anvil, iron anvil base. Yeah, you can only go so high with your voxels before you start losing voxels. And as you can see here, the wireframe is so tall. I think it's 6 voxels tall, and you can see this is 1, 2, 3, 4, I think it's 5, something along those lines. So if you were to just pile on your ingots, oops, hello, all you're going to do is lose voxels, and you're going to end up having to use more. And in early doors, when I did this in season 4, I just used Napster, and Napster doesn't understand about the distribution of the voxels, so consequently what we really want to do here is start. I wish it would only render the layer you're working on. That would be a great benefit, I am absolutely certain. Not massively important with this, but I wish they'd not put these right next to the wall. And I know you can rotate it, it's just I find the entire rotating the thing to be somewhat annoying. I prefer to just work around the actual. Oh, well, go away with the rest of that grid, will you? Good grief, that is so. So annoying. I think this is annoying anyway. It is awkward. That grid really should just go layer by layer. I can see there's at least one voxel a little bit high there, and consequently I may find, in fact I'm probably going to just whack these onto heat now. I might as well whack that onto heat as well. Yeah, you're going to be reheating these a lot. Now the issue, or the bigger issue, is when you do the top there is no margin for error, so you can't cock up, otherwise you have to put another ingot in, and you know that sucks. So yeah, this is a painful process. I would prefer it if we could actually have the smithing grid layer by layer. That would make life considerably easier to work out what's what and where. But oh well, such is life. We can't have everything, can we? Right, well I am going to continue working on these, and I'll be back once I've got 2 bases and 2 tops. Alright, we have 4 anvils. Well, 2 anvils in 4 pieces. So we need to combine these. We are going to put these down like that. We're going to give them a layer of borax, and we are going to take these, plonk them on top, and then we're going to give them a welly to weld them together until we have 2 iron anvils. Now I searched and thought long and hard about this particular conundrum. Let me just put this away. Yeah, I am building a modern build, and I thought, how do you make a modern anvil? Now, the thing is, a modern anvil is very much like an old anvil. They haven't really changed much. They are just honking great bits of metal with a curved but flat horn pointing out that allows you to shape things around it, a drift hole, and little bits and things. How do I make this more anvil-y? Now, the problem is I cannot do. If you look at those feet, those are 2 voxels. That's 2, so it is, but that's only 1/2 of a voxel there. So I can't chisel that. However, I can make a decorative anvil by doing that, and I can place that down in the world, and it still looks like an anvil. It's tier 3, but then I can place, say, that on it, and now I've got an anvil. Now the only issue is my anvil is actually way too big. I've just realised that is that's not the same height, is it? How do I work out what to do with this? Because I do need to shrink you down quite a lot. Let's just try placing you that way. Then I can look at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I need to shave 6 off of this. Ooh, that's going to be interesting, isn't it? So what do I do? You need to be smaller. That much is for certain. I need to take 6 off of this anvil. Now I can 1, 2, 3. I can certainly take some out of this middle bit, I think. Question is, how do I... So if I bring you up... Alright, let's try some stuff here. If I bring you up... you are not. Let's do that. And let's... Oh, I need a hammer. So I need to get rid of some of the base here. And I probably... Nope, hello. I need to fill those in. So if I bring you up, what, 1, 2, 3... maybe 4. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. But then if I then go 1, 2. So I want you kind of to here. I think. Then I can grab you in It's a little bit much, a little bit aggressive there. We can chop off. Oh, damn it. Chop off some of the bottom here. No. Yeah, because the only difference really between a vintage story anvil and the anvils that I can find online is that they tend to be, I was going to say painted, but they're actually powder coated. Which is kind of like painting. If painting were nothing like painting, and I've just gone and eaten that, haven't I? Yeah, basically you coat it in a powder which is electrically charged and attracted to static, so it basically sticks, and then you whack the heavy and, more importantly, very metal object into the can I get away with that? I can. And then we can plane off some of the bottom. We can nom away that and put those back. So I will repair the forge once I'm done. So that's taken some of the height off. Let's have a look. But it is still too high by... Oh, of course it's not. I haven't moved it down yet. Hang on a second. Push. 2, 3. But I still need to get rid of 3 off of that. Now, how am I going to do that? I mean, the obvious thing is to take out some of the middle here. Question is, I don't know whether I can actually get away with all of that and then move. Well, we can always try it, can't we? That's 2. Let's just try that one. Now what happens if I were to... No, that doesn't work. So, I think I'm going to need to do some copying and stuff. Right, let me go. I'm not going to do this chiseling live. I'll be back in a second. Alright, and with a little bit of jiggery pokery, there is our decorative. There is our non-decorative, and we can do that. And now we have a decorative anvil which we should be able to place things onto if it were hot. That also needs to be a decorative anvil, so we might as well deal with that somewhere in there. There's a thing, yep. And that is a slightly different look. I mean, I won't even say it's a modern looking anvil, it's a different looking anvil to the vanilla anvil, and that's probably about the best I can get now. For the use of the forge and all of the other bits and pieces here, I'm just going to leave these remaining 10 ingots of iron. And I also relieve, I say I'll leave, I mean it's not a lot, I need to contribute some coal actually at some point. But I think that is about it for this episode. I'm going to continue between episodes extending the sewer and getting that in place. Next episode I'm probably going to look at yeah, you have to know where to find these. Look at doing the forge at the new build, and possibly a Q&A session. That's probably going to be the next few episodes. I don't know. Let me know what you think about those. If anybody would like me to specifically do a member of the Rusty Gears server for a Q&A, and if they have any questions, they're welcome to submit them in the comments. Whoa, hello. Not the most alert person. Mind you, I wasn't either, to be honest. So yeah, and I think we'll try and get a screenshot and yeah, let's head home. But until next time. Oh, I'm facing the wrong way. Thank you very much for watching, guys. I will see you soon. Bye for now.